Hey everybody and welcome to this pseudo PSA pseudo update. Just very quickly as like a mini information video regarding WARNO's early access. So if everything goes right, you should have access to WARNO as again the early access version at 10 a.m. Paris time. That should be 1 a.m. PST or PT and 4 a.m. Eastern time or Eastern Standard Time, whatever you have. Um, and just this is just meant to keep your expectations straight, right? This is early access. Early access on Steam just varies a lot from developer to developer, right? Some early access games they're pretty close to finish, and it's all about getting the last bit of mechanics or whatnot straight. Other games, like for example Baldur's Gate 3, right? Launched very early, are just about the first act, and they do a lot of changes throughout the game. Right? The thing has been in early access for over a year, and it's presumably not even releasing before the end of this year, if at all this year. So this is not, especially if you play the Warhammer Dragon or the Steel Divisions, this is not like the betas you had for those games. In the WARNO early access version, you're gonna have access to not even 10% of the whole finished game, right? This version, which is the version you're gonna get, which is most likely gonna be this version or very, very similar to this, you're gonna have access to 2 divisions and 4 maps. No single player campaign, no army general. You can play with and versus the AI, of course, in skirmish mode, but no single player missions, right? So I just want to keep your expectations straight as to what you're gonna get on the day this releases. But here's the catch, right? Obviously they're gonna update this game throughout early access, week by week, month by month. Gonna add new content, new divisions, and supposedly eventually possibly one of the Army General campaigns before full release. And if, which is not a big if, they update the game as frequently as they did during our closed quote-unquote secret access to the game, then you can genuinely expect pretty frequent updates, and I mean on a weekly basis, possibly even when it comes to content, and patches every couple of days even. But at the same time, this version right now, and maybe even for the next week or something, it's not gonna be particularly balanced, because up until now it was mostly about bug fixes, mechanics, etc., making sure that the game just runs well and feels well. And as a result, the balance and certain unit stats just haven't been a very high priority. Right? If you look at Bookend 1 and then also AKM, right, they have the same range. Also AKM is not even radar yet. That's things, of course, that Eugen is aware of. Eugen is gonna change, but their priorities, like I said, have been thus far just, again, making sure the game runs well, it doesn't crash all the time, bugs are ironed out, etc. So I just want to keep your expectations straight that there is, at the moment, the day it releases, not a lot of content, and it's not necessarily completely balanced. It is perfectly playable, right? Like, again, AA balance is a bit weird and wacky, but nothing is like on the level of like a 10-point longbow or shit like that, okay? So I just want to keep this straight. Which, of course, doesn't mean don't give feedback or let alone don't criticize, right? That's the whole reason why they do early access, is to get feedback from a lot of people. And they have this very early version available for a lot of people, so that big changes, like big mechanic changes as well, they can do a lot earlier. So they're not gonna suddenly revamp a whole mechanic when the game is already released, but instead do it much earlier, so you don't have that cascade effect of having to have suddenly change a lot more stuff than we had it done earlier. And of course, this is not gonna be the version you're gonna play throughout early access. Again, they're gonna update this regularly, new divisions, new content, new units, etc. And at the end of the day, you of course have to decide for yourself if you're gonna buy this or not. Right? I'm not here to tell you should buy this or not. You have to decide it for yourself. And it's not like if you don't buy it, it's gonna run away from you, right? You can always just hop in the middle of early access, or just wait until full release and watch someone else play it, right? Nobody is forcing you to buy it. You're not missing out on anything by not buying it. It's not like there's any hidden pre-order bonus that you only get if you buy it through early access. You don't miss out on literally a single thing. So yeah, I think that's all, right? Just wanted to make sure that nobody was under the assumption, at least nobody who watches me, that you're gonna have access to like 8 divisions per side or something like that. Or I guess 4 divisions per side. 8 divisions per side would be the final amount of divisions, but still, right? This is not the same type of beta you had for, let's say, Warhammer Dragon, which was like a month before release and you had access to basically all the nations. Not the same thing here. So, yeah. And of course, like I said, at the end of the day, decide for yourself if it's worth your money or not. Yeah. And I'll hopefully see you next time. Bye bye.